The economic outlook for sub-Saharan Africa presented by the Director, African Department of the IMF, highlighted several issues, from the increasing level of debt to gross domestic product across the continent to the increasing amount of net capital inflows. The issue of policy formulation to boost growth across the region and uncertainty as to the extent the presence of technology would limit job creation. All these, the IMF says, would not limit economic recovery across the region. However, uncertainties will keep rising.
There is a recovery and growth that we're seeing in the region, albeit in the context of rising risks, particularly related to financial sector, international financial developments. Second, fiscal deficits have narrowed, but the quality of fiscal adjustment in the region needs to be improved to be able to address debt vulnerabilities and particularly focus it more on domestic revenue mobilization to be able to create space for development spending.
After the brief on the regional economic outlook, Nigeria's Minister of Budget and National Planning spoke extensively on how the nation's economy has fared since it exited recession and also current growth projections. The Minister and the Director General, Debt Management Office, also spoke on how Nigeria is handling its debt profile, which currently stands at about 22 trillion naira, and the importance of improving domestic revenue.
We have had to reduce our projection for this year to 2.1%. But the good news is that we are taking action to resolve all those issues. We notice, of course, that the IMF projection for Nigeria is 1.9%, which is slightly lower than ours. However, given that Nigeria's growth in 2017 was 0.8%. Even if Nigeria achieves only 1.9% this year, I think that will be a positive, very positive movement.
When we borrow, we are doing that based on what has been approved. So there's a budget, and the budget includes a provision of about 850 billion naira for external borrowing. When you convert that, it's about 2.8 billion US dollars. So it is that borrowing that we're working on. It's not a new borrowing from somewhere. So there's a budget, there's a deficit. How do you finance it? If you don't, fill the gap that is already there in the budget, you can't implement the budget. That is the truth.
On how long the country would have to wait before reaping economic benefits from the economic recovery and growth plan in the area of foreign direct investments, the minister said it would take at least 2 years, as the plan is a long-term project. Chinemerem Joseph, STV News, Bali, Indonesia.